Welcome to Climb a Mountain, an Indy author's journey podcast diary. Follow Riley each week as he charts the progress of his Indy author business. What are his plans? What will he try next? How are his book sales going? What can you learn from his experience? This is the Climb a Mountain podcast diary, and here is your host, Riley Morrison.
Greetings everyone, welcome to the Indy Author Podcast Diary video. It's been a long while since I've done one of these diary episodes. I'm at present in a really hot shed. It's out the back of our new house. I'm hoping this place is going to be my office eventually after we put insulation in the roof and do a few other things. Other than that, there's a really bright light behind the camera. It's the windows, so yeah, we need to get proper curtains and everything on that because that sun is really bright, hence the sunglasses. And I've got a sheen of sweat on there already. It's probably like 35, 40 degrees in here Celsius, which is probably close to 100 degrees for Americans. So yeah, it's pretty damn hot. I'm hoping in the next couple of months this will be my office. I've just got to, like I said, I've got to put insulation up on the roof here and probably a few other things that has electricity out here. I'll show an outside view of the shed I'm in now. As you can see, it's outside and it's out in the backyard actually. And there's a garden shed and everything next to it. And yeah, there's this whole room. It could easily be turned into a bedroom or anything. So it's pretty cool. Our new house has this. I mean, it's obviously going to take a bit of work to make it into an office because there's no way in hell I'm going to be writing in heat like this. And at the moment, it's just got a lot of our crap in it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy it's got this because it's going to be great having an office out here, and if I ever go full-time writing or something, it's going to be good having my own little space outside the house where I don't have to be distracted by family as much and all the other distractions having a young kid takes. Now, what have I been up to the last few months? It's definitely been the biggest struggle I've had since I started writing this last few months. I've been writing on and off, mostly writing, even just if it's like 1,000 words a day, but it's been really, really hard to focus. I've barely paid attention to my books at all, my ads or anything. And I guess my sales ranks are reflecting that on my Raid Slayer books. I mean, my other books I don't care so much about. But yeah, I really need to get back into the writing and the focusing on marketing and stuff. I've just been really busy. I got sick. I've had a lot of shoulder pain in this shoulder. It's still quite sore at the moment. And yeah, it's just been all the yard work I've done at this house and fixing stuff up sort of thing. It's definitely knocked me off my tracks a little bit, to say the least. So I really need to get back into it. I mean, I had all these big plans. I was going to release 8 to 10 books this year and just really up my game. And so far hasn't amounted to much yet. So I really, really want to get back into things and get back into the writing and pick up my game, I guess, basically. I'm about, 85% of the way through Raid Slayer 3, writing the first draft. It's about 61,000 words or something, but it's going to require a lot of editing because for a lot of the book, I've really had to force the words, and that can either be a bad thing or maybe it's a good thing. Maybe this is going to be one of those books where I think it absolutely sucks, but readers love it. Or it could be, I think it sucks and readers think it sucks. I mean, who knows? So anyway, it's going to require a lot of editing and a lot of fixing stuff up. And hopefully, I've actually set it on pre-order for March 7th, I think. Something like that. So I need to get the book done and hopefully soon so I can get it off the beta readers and fix up whatever needs fixing. So other than that, I've tried to keep up with book stuff on and off during this last 6 weeks or so that I've been on a bit of a hiatus. But yeah, I've definitely fallen behind in a lot of things, so I need to play catch up. I have helped another author out, and which has been great because his book has done really well and I'm pretty happy with him. that his book's done that well, and that, you know, he put the work in, because I spent a few hours on Skype with him going over keywords and stuff, because he's writing a sort of game lit harem book, so similar to Raid Slayer. I mean, different setting and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy for him. It sounds like he needs the money, and that, you know, I guess the stuff I've come up with to, like with the keywords and using Rocket to get stuff and getting into more categories, all that type of stuff is sort of works. You know, it's probably not going to work for every book, and, you know, it's not like I didn't put all my other books into multiple categories and try my best, but, you know, a lot of the Lost Sun books mainly, I guess, never took off. So Visaria was sort of scuttled by Amazon and the page read things, and Raid Slayer is the first one that hasn't really been scuttled by, like, all the page read reductions, or, you know, just me learning, I suppose. Because when I released Erdo, A Lost Sun, I knew next to, like, I knew a lot, the theory behind stuff, I just didn't know the practice of it all, and, you know, I made, I guess, a lot of mistakes on that I've learnt from. So I still want to up my game this year. I still want to at least get 8 books out. I've got this other series I'm sort of planning in the background, a game lit series, sort of post-apocalyptic underground, like nearly all my books are underground, actually. A bit like the Metro 2033. It's like a Russian book that was translated to English, and it's been turned into a video game. Probably the video game's more known in the West. But yeah, I want to sort of write in that style, and make it a bit like the Stalker games too. Stalker, Oblivion, Shadow of Chernobyl, and all of that. So sort of a dark, I guess a bit depressing, sort of post-apocalyptic world where people have fled underground. So I'm coming up with that as I work on Raid Slayer 3. I mean, that's probably part of the problem I'm having with Raid Slayer 3, is that I really want to start writing that other game lit book, and that sort of, you know, pulled my focus away from the Raid Slayer book a bit. Anyway, I'm close to getting Raid Slayer 3's first draft done. I'll edit it, get it off the beta readers, proofreader, all that sort of stuff, and then it should be done. And then I can breathe a sigh of relief and maybe not go straight into Raid Slayer 4, because at the moment it's going to be 5 books that I have thought, like, you know, they're very, very loose stories thought out. But I just don't know if I can just write 3 in a row. My original plan was to write this game lit book on the side and focus on Raid Slayer, but yeah, I just don't think I can focus on 2 stories at once. And Raid Slayer 2 has sold okay. I mean, it's sold pretty well by, I guess, some people's standards, but I guess I'd hope for better. I don't know. Like, I don't even think most people even know it exists who read book 1. So, I mean, this is why rapid release helps, I guess, and putting up a pre-order. I mean, I made the mistake of writing for Saria after Raid Slayer 1, and yeah, that was a mistake. So with the game lit book, I want to learn everything I've learned from Raid Slayer, and I'm going to rapid release. So all the books are there very rapidly, so readers know that the series is out, rather than stretching them out over months, basically. Or, I mean, there was 3 months, nearly, or a bit over 3 months between Raid Slayer 1 and 2, which is too long in this day and age. So yeah, learn from my mistake and try to rapid release. That seems to be the way things are going now. So yeah, even if I'm writing these game lit books and it takes me 2 or 3 months of not releasing a book, I'm going to do it. I really want to release at least 2 or 3 books like on the same day, basically. Anyway, I'm sure I'll cover that more as I make more videos getting closer to launch. I also want to finish Visaria this year, and I want to at least get the next Lost Sun main book out. I worked a bit on the book 3 of that. It's just hard again, focusing on more than one thing. And do I really want to spend a month focusing on the Lost Sun books when they don't really make money? I mean, at this moment, I guess I want to build a fan base. I want to build, I guess, my author income and all that sort of stuff. So I can't really distract myself too much with something it's just not going to do much for me. I mean, I'm sure it'll help the series, don't get me wrong. It's just not on the same level as writing my lit RPG and game lit does. I mean, even Visaria book 3 didn't do much. I mean, it's made a couple $100 or something, Australian, like, 120 or 30 American or something. I mean, it's in a tiny bit of profit, I guess, because I'm not even running ads on it now. So, yeah, I mean, I see that as a failure sort of thing. I mean, Vasaria 1 and 2 did pretty well, but again, there was like a 6 or 8 month gap between books because of what happened with Amazon. So, anyway, short term, I just want to get back on track. That's my first goal, I guess, to get back on track, get into the daily writing habit. At least 2,000 words a day would be great, and get back into the working on my ads and all the rest, because I just feel, leaving things like ads and all the rest of it and just focusing on writing is just as bad as not doing any of it in some ways, because that's all important stuff as well. So it's, your two parts of your business, your writing and then your advertising, sending out newsletters, all that type of stuff. Anyway, I'll get there and get back on track, and seeing that my friend who I helped, his book do so well has, definitely renewed my enthusiasm a bit. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Take care.
Thanks for listening to Riley's Indie Author Journey podcast. Please subscribe and share the podcast with your author friends. Have a good author week writing and selling your books. Until next time, take care.